Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Soup. Today we have first time in ages, Raymond.
I have awoken from my deep slumber.
Well, you really sound awake.
I am trying.
Well, hey, we're going to talk about some Predator, and I know how much you love Predator.
Predator is my boyfriend.
Until it stabs you.
Until it stabs me. Don't tell Hooded.
So yeah, we're about to go over Predator versus Wolverine. One of the most obvious matchups, let's be honest.
I don't actually believe that to be true.
Why?
There's no fucking way the Predator can win.
Unfortunately, you're not far off.
That's the point. These verses are supposed to be like fucking. There's supposed to be a chance that it could go either way. This can't go either way. There's no way to win.
I know, but still, but for the Predator, you can see why it would assume Wolverine would be its best prey or best challenge.
I would call it a freaking exercise.
Suicidal.
Not suicidal. I would call it an exercise of futility because the Predator should be smart enough to back the fuck off.
But yeah,
go back and fucking petition the fucking elders to get a whole fucking hunting party together for this shit.
You'll see.
Okay. So to those who don't know in the audience, I have never read this before.
Nope, that's the whole point of Pro Teachers Noobs.
Yeah. I'm not the only noob, though. You fuckers in the audience, you're noobs, too.
Exactly.
So I'm going to drag you along, kicking and screaming if I have to.
Oh, that would be if this was bad. And you want to know what Pika and I just recorded?
What was that?
Dark Knight Strikes Again.
The fuck is Dark Knight Strikes Again?
The sequel to Dark Knight Returns.
There was a sequel to Dark Knight Returns?
Yep. And
why was there a sequel to Dark Knight Returns?
DC asked Frank Miller, and he chose to do it. And while he was in the middle of making it, 9/11 happened, and you could totally didn't see a change in the last issue.
The first series wasn't even that good.
Whoa! Most would argue that.
Yeah, they're all wrong.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, I'm free to keep it.
That's your opinion.
But anyways.
Canada, present day. They say that I'm the best there is, but I sure as don't feel that way. Not now. Now that I'm the hunted. Now that I'm the prey. Ken Lashley, great artwork here right off the bat.
Yeah, it's actually quite beautiful. I mean,
we're going to go through different artists, including Greg Land, but this is one of his better artwork.
It's not going to match up to this, is it?
Not really.
Son of a bitch.
But basically it represents different time periods, so that makes sense. Rock and splintered wood, sharp on my skin, deep cuts, plasma burns. I'm a leaking bag of blood. That makes me slow to run and easy to track. When I come to the cliff, every nerve in my body's firing a red alert. Way down below is a river, but right behind me comes a watery ripple. As his cloak device powers down. Shink! Because this is the end of a long, long trail. And one that spanned time and distance. In these final moments of the hunt, he wants to be seen. He wants us to face each other, to recognize each other as predator and prey when he rips out my spine.
As if that's possible. I'm sorry. It's just my suspension of disbelief is already.
Well, to be fair, he had a chance in this early encounter
before the adamantium, but even with that, it's gonna take a fucking miracle to kill him.
True.
Yeah, can't he regenerate fucking body parts at this point?
Again, you will see as this goes on, dude. Basically, Benjamin Percy, the artist and the writer, gets every type of variation of what you're talking about out there. All right, and yeah, this is around the time of Origins or after Origins at 40 below. Yep, at 40 in the Alaska territory At 40 below, it took as much time for water to freeze as it took me to raid a beaver lodge. Never understood the point of traps, because I never was good at the whole patience thing. I could fetch $1 per hide back then, which I suppose translates to about 100 today. Never cared much about money, only took as much as I needed to survive, and this was the kind of work I preferred. Lonesome work, woods work they don't make you think too hard. And if killing was part of it, I was particularly good at that. This northern territory was a lawless frontier. You're on your own. That suited me fine. I never worried too much about the sub-zero winds or avalanches, the pissed off moose, the charging grizzlies. It's people who concerned me. People who I use this cave as my safe. This was the edge of the map, and that's where folks go to make escape trouble and make more. They always wanted something: money, land, sex, power, and they'd kill to get it. Alaska might have 1,000 ways to kill you, but murder was the top of the list. I'd rather stay away from their messy hunger, not out of fear, but annoyance and exhaustion, because anybody who came after me was going to end up dead. Now, how's that predator look?
He looks like an enforcer.
Probably, or possibly.
It's the shiny armor that gives it away. Most.
Oh, look! He found the remains of a predator.
Ah.
Clearly old. I've been there for a while.
Okay. Maybe this is an enforcer then.
Yeah, or at least it started out as on an enforcer mission.
Because enforcers have the shinier armor. The other predator clans that aren't enforcers, they have dulled armor.
But that could explain why this one acts differently, don't you think?
It is. Yeah, it could be an explanation of why it acts differently.
Because an enforcer who ends up becoming a hunter or going into the hunting because of his encounter with Wolverine.
No, because enforcers are a lot like the cleaners, like Wolf from AVPR.
Right.
Where he just goes in to clean shit up or find things.
No, but I'm saying no. He came in doing one thing, gets caught up into it, and thus obsessed over.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. I mean, he came here to fetch this guy who looks like he could be a bad blood.
Or just a hunter who got caught off guard before he could self-destruct.
Yeah, I mean, the enforcer is basically the predator cop. He's probably just checking in to see what happened.
And get that weapon.
And he probably stumbled upon Wolverine. It's like, oh, man.
Like he can't help himself. He's
not at half mast, man. He's at full mast.
Yeah. I could smell a storm coming, so I headed into the outpost called Scar, deep in the native Athabascan country. It was mostly populated by loggers, trappers, miners, and the few women inclined to follow them. I avoided it, except when I needed money or supplies or a drink. There he is now. He's the one you're looking for. If you want someone crazy enough for the job you're talking about, especially with a blizzard on the way, what'll it be then? You know what I want, man. This one's on me. The next one, too. How about? And he's just going to keep at it. So, you know, if that's the case, then how about the bottle? But we'll share it. And now, hold on. I only want a moment of your time. You'd be smart to stay clear of me. And why is that? Because things are about to get ugly. Assuming he makes it through the storm, trade representatives should be here tomorrow. But this one already knows that. This one's always got a big pile of something to sell. Where do you keep all your treasures, little man? That's us there's us that wants to know. King! Psh, trouble always had a way of finding me. And at one point or another, I had broken the bones of just about every man in Scar. I don't know if they wanted to see if they could beat me, or if a part of them wanted to be punished. Aye! I tried not to pop the claws in those days. Last thing I wanted was more hateful attention. Bang, blam, blam, blam.
Ooh.
Oh, and look, he used a saw to do it.
Ew.
Like, see, I freaking told you. You and you there. And that was remarkable. Remarkable. You're exactly who I need. I'm desperate, you see. It's my son. He's been kidnapped. They're holding him for ransom. Please, I'm begging you. Oh, look. I guess that enforcer never seen the weapon or wants to make sure it works.
Or that it's on the... Yeah, it could be that he's trying to make sure that it's still functioning.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is his first time to this planet and he just wants to check it out.
Exactly. Oh! Uh-oh!
He's getting into the swing of it.
And look, even going after a killer whale!
Damn, dude, that's the fucking apex predator of the sea. No other beast is the top dog in the sea. No, I'm not joking. The orca is the the head honcho in the sea.
I know. Oh, look, he's already gotten that one as its trophy. Uh-oh, and it sees the town over there. Tucker said he was a prospector who made it big. A crew of rivals that kidnapped his son, hoping for a ransom. He was supposed to meet them in Scar in a few days' time for the exchange, but he had it on good authority they were holed up in the old Groff hunting cabin 10 miles north. Rough country was made rougher by the storm, but he insisted we carry on. Maybe that's one of the reasons I said yes. He wanted his son back desperately. I've always been, and I'll always be, kind of raw and messed up when it comes to that old father and son saying, "Aw," referencing origin.
Wait, he killed his own father, though.
No. The father that raised him got killed, and he killed the man who was his biological father, who killed the father who raised him.
Well, that would fuck anyone up, yeah.
Yeah, but he did. But unlike in the movie where it was spelled out, it's not been ever made clear to him.
Okay, wait. So that
in the
movie's
movie
origin is canon?
Okay, the movie origin. Okay, here's how it happened. They were going to make an origin in the movie. They told Marvel, "We're going to do it whether you like it or not. So either we do it on our own, or you give us something to adapt," which they did.
Okay, so that is the actual canon.
Yes.
That they just adapted.
They adapted and just cut it down into the beginning, that opening chunk. Basically, okay. Wolverine Origins was that prelude section.
Okay. Well, they kind of did
everything when he was a boy. Everything when he was a boy before him and Sabretooth ran. And that was the other thing. That wasn't Sabretooth in Origins. That was another character named Dog. Sabretooth never showed up in Origins.
Really?
So the movie picked and chose.
But the movie called him Sabretooth, though.
No. Again, the movie loosely followed it. They had their own story to tell.
Okay, so he does have a brother, but it's not.
He has a half brother.
He has a half brother that's not Sabretooth, but has basically the same powers as him.
No, actually, Dog never had any powers. Because, it just go with that, all right?
Okay. Hey, I'm the noob, and I'm asking questions.
I understand. What's whoa, damn it, no! What spooked them? Do you see something? What's wrong? Oh! It was a slaughterhouse in the wood, and the Athabascans were among the dead. My God, it was them, I tell you. It was the men we're after. It must have been. They're killers. They're monsters. Uh-oh!
Oh, behind you, bro.
The Athabascans were the only folks around here I actually liked. They taught me how to forage, and I thanked them with the occasional slab of Venetian or cut of salmon. They lived in harmony with nature, whereas everybody else seemed to come here to gobble up whatever they could, to cut a forest down to sawdust, to tear up the hills and rivers for gold.
Oh, we're talking about like Indians, right? Like indigenous? Okay.
Yeah, the Athabascans. He's talking about a specific tribe.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm just trying to keep up.
Yep. But Wolverine is noticing they're among the dead. And he's saying the guy with them thinks it's the people they're after that took his son.
Okay, and this just sends Wolverine on a, hey, I'm pissed off, I'm gonna kill this guy in revenge, sort of.
These guys, to kill him. Looks like the bad weather's on our side. They haven't posted a watch. Be swift, my friend, and show no mercy. It disappears. Never been good at controlling my temper. Back then, rage could blind me. The kidnapped son, the slaughtered Athabascans, my blood roared through me lava hot. Where is he? Where's the blam? Where's the boy? Well, I suppose they're all my boys in a way. They were all scamps and orphans like you. I hired them on to do jobs for me. Nothing like that nasty bit of business in the wood. That was some enterprising freelancer. But I did commission a railroad robbery from them. So in other words, he didn't have a son. These guys just betrayed him.
I figured that was going to happen.
The pay card contained $20,000 in cash and bonds. But they decided they didn't need me. So I decided I no longer needed them.
And existence decided it didn't need you either.
Exactly. And they're killers. They're monsters. They're killers. They're monsters. And shake. So obviously he got in his cords or whatever, the armor. Whatever you are, I'm going to carve the ugly off you. Oh, just look at that.
He broke his bones.
Yep. Because remember, he doesn't have the adamantium yet.
Yeah, that and the fact that Predator metal is way the fuck tougher than anything we have on planet Earth.
But except for adamantium, obviously.
We don't know that, to be honest.
True, but anyway, we were both cut deep. We both had our own ways of healing. I was young, but I seen more than my share of blood and trouble. This thing, though, was on another level. I wasn't one to run from a fight, but I knew if I was going to win this one, I needed to move fast and think smart, or I'd just be another bloody ornament hung from a tree. Come on and get it, you ugly. The bear grabbed him.
God damn it. What is it with fucking predators and bears?
Don't got many smiles in me, but I might have cracked one then. And he took the weapon as a trophy because nothing will make you feel more alive than the taste of death. I thought that was the end. There was always some new danger waiting for me. So I soon turned my attention to it. It's easy to forget pain when your wounds heal up and like dried up creeks. What I didn't realize until many years later was that this was just the beginning. So in other words, Wolverine got away and left him. So you can see why this Predator would become obsessed.
Yeah.
They had a good fight going on, and he was winning.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is like, I may say that it's impossible for the Predator to win, but the thing is, the Predator is technically stronger.
At least at this point.
He just can't keep up with the healing factor. That's all.
But he doesn't know how bad the healing factor is, if you noticed.
That's the thing. Like, the Predator can... It
knows something's up. It knows something's up, but not enough.
Yeah, if Wolverine did not have his healing factor, the Predator would have bodied him in a couple seconds. Easy.
Exactly, especially after that.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is like the Predator, any Predator, is stronger than any human can be, even Wolverine.
So then we jump many years later. This is then when he was part of a group known as Team X. This is still before Weapon X, but this is what led up to Weapon X.
I'm about to say, is that bald dude down there? Is that the doctor?
Yes, Professor Thornton.
Okay. That's the guy that I always saw in the animated series when I was a kid.
Yep. Was that this was just the beginning of what turned out to be the longest hunt of both our miserable lives. When you lived as long and as hard as I have, memories get broken and scrambled. There are times I can remember as clear as a picture. Thanks to House of M. House of M is when he finally regained all of his memories. But unfortunately, because he's had his memory wiped and rewritten so many times, it jumbles up.
House of M?
That was the event where Scarlet Witch rewrote history and then eventually said no more mutants.
Well, that didn't work out very well, did it?
It lasted for a good while. Not that there was no mutants, but they were reduced down to 128 mutants.
Now we have the what do they call it? What's that stupid gala thing?
Oh, Krakoa?
Yeah, that thing.
Yep. But anyway, there are other times that feel like I'm looking at myself through the wrong end of a telescope. And there are other times that are gone altogether because of Professor Thornton. Thanks to him, after so many mind wipes, after so much training that honed my nerves to a razor's edge, I was less a mutant and more of an arsenal back then, as a member of Team X. Where now the main members here we would see that were reoccurring were Sabretooth, Wolverine, and Maverick. Those other two never existed before for good reason.
Oh, okay. I see where we're going with that.
Am I smelling what you're smelling, Runt? Blood, giving me kind of an appetite, gotta say. Our intel told us guerrilla forces were planning a coup. A former general was storing weapons and rallying support from a jungle stronghold. We were
Can you hear
supposed
the
to.
ice cream truck guy outside?
Yes, I can.
Sorry.
Kind of weird.
What, you
Hear
don't
what we're
have those?
talking about.
You don't have those over there, or what?
Not in my area. We've had them in certain areas, but they're not frequent in Michigan. Not
He's
like
about
they
to
used to
pass-
be.
Yeah, he's about to pass by my house.
Yeah, we were supposed to make sure he never came into power. Everything was sleepy and quiet at dawn. Once we took out the sentry, it would be easy pickings. Or so we saw it. Something triggered deep inside my brain. A lost memory of a monster in the woods. Oh, got that guy!
You did,
net.
motherfucker? Yeah,
Right.
by Cruel. Is that what his name was?
Yeah, Cruel. By Cruel of a first and final hunt. I might have forgotten about the Yautja boy, but he had never forgotten about me. And this time, he brought reinforcements.
Hey there.
See, he brought a team.
Yep, he went back home, went to the fucking clan elder, and petitioned a hunting party
For Wolverine, because he got away and he knew something was up.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, yep. Now this is also a different artist from the other ones. This is not Ken Lashley, nor is it Greg Land. It is Carlos Deandra.
Yeah, I could tell.
But again, it works though, wouldn't you say?
That's fine, yeah.
Yep. Canada now. Don't know how long I've been hanging from this cliff. Maybe 10 minutes, maybe an hour. Long enough that the healing factor is kicking in. Blood gums up, nerves fuse, torn muscles seal. I need a beat to recover because morphine is waiting for me out there. Below is a fall of 200 feet or so. Above me somewhere is the hunter who comes from the stars. He's stubborn, coming at me all these years, but impatient too. We've gone head to head enough times, I'm going to trust my instincts. He's moved on looking for me elsewhere. Hopefully. Slurp off! I hear it then. The sound he makes. It sounds like a spider clacking its mandibles together hungrily when some prey tangles in its web. I like that analogy!
What the fuck?
It's throwing explosives at him.
Those aren't explosives.
Oh, they're lasers. Lasers.
They're the laser trip mines from AVPR.
Ah. So Benjamin is taking from everything.
Yeah, but apparently he's also in AVPR. They stuck to the walls, but I guess now he's just saying, nope, they fly now.
They fly now. They fly now.
You know, I thought about that the second I said it.
And I beat you to it.
You did, yeah.
Water's a weakness of mine. I'm already being weighed down by the adamantium. Make matters worse, I've got an avalanche of stone pinning me flat. My lungs fill with cold black water, and my vision goes red. And for a moment, I lose track of where and when I am. Uh-oh, he's coming for him. South America. T-Mex was a dirty crew that did dirty jobs. Assassinate a politician, blow up a dam, seize an oil platform, take out a cartel. All in the name of geopolitical subversion. We came here to stop a coup, but we found ourselves instead in the middle of a borderless war. We were already down to 4 against their 5. What they were, I didn't know. Like everyone else on T-Mex, my memories were regularly deleted. But I carried this weapon with me over the years. It was like a scar, a relic of pain I understood the two of us somehow shared. You want this, don't you? Here you burp and go! Wham! Creed, Mayop, Jackson, fall back! If I fall back, how about fire away? This isn't going to be a firefight, Maverick. Like I said, fall back, Sabretooth. Fuck that. On any other day, I'd run headfirst into whatever trouble came my way. But I needed a beat to dig in and think this one out. An invisible enemy, one you only know halfway and can't see altogether, requires a different sort of strategy. He's shooting in the woods!
Yep, totally doing the
first movie.
The first movie, yep.
Then the standard hack and blast operation T-Mex specialized in. Like, well, are you dead, you perp? Or are you hiding? I come here for a closer look. There, I see you. And Creed's down, but he took one of them with him. What are they, Logan? Don't know. Your weapon, it was somehow in tune with that thing's gauntlet. How? I don't burpin' remember, okay? That memory's gone. Must have gotten deleted and scrambled like everything else in my stupid head. It doesn't even matter. There's one more thing we gotta kill. Hey, Jackson! Where is she? Where the fuck is she? Chink!
Well, there's part of her.
Cut her head clean off. Burp! Oh, and that's the explosion. Explosive. Move now! Can't walk. Missed your femoral artery by an inch. So you got shake. Lucky. Hold on tight and keep your finger on the trigger. We're going for cover and digging in like an Alabama tick. What are they?
Alabama tick.
Yep. What are they, Logan? Don't know. I don't burp and remember, okay? So I think he's sharing the information.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter. He puts it out of his misery.
Yeah.
Do they do that usually?
Like that? That's the first I've ever seen it done like that.
Of them putting him out of their misery in general.
Yes, they do believe if they are too wounded to go on, they will do like a kind of like a seppuku sort of thing, honorable.
Yep. Oh, and he's using his own hand to do it. See?
I've never seen it done like that, but yeah, they do.
That would make some sense, though.
Well, yeah, part of their culture is based off of like Japanese samurai. Yeah, that all warrior cultures here on Earth, at least according to the lore of Predator, got their culture from predators. Pieces of it. It's all over the fucking world. Yeah, so samurais got part of it from them.
How you holding up, Mav? Down. Put me down. Looks like the soldiers were using this temple for storage. The general is ready to go, too. We're to go to war. See, I am. I know why you're here. Then why didn't you shoot? Because we're not enemies. As long as those things are out there. They cut through my men like machetes through glass. I don't know what they are. I don't know why they're here. I only know that this is a bigger threat than any of us have ever faced. We live or we die together. Comprende? Schnick. All right, but we do this my way. It's been an hour. What do you think? You think maybe they left? You think maybe they won't?
Nope, you are right.
Yep. When you've lived as long as I have, when you fought for enough countries and causes, you realize good and evil are rare extremes, and we're all mostly a blender of both. The general and I were both caught up in the war machine that never seemed idle. It just moved its bloody thresher and grinding gears from one part of the planet to another. Politics are muddy, but this situation was perfectly clear. These didn't want money or power. They didn't acknowledge borders or laws. There would be no negotiation that one day led to peace. We were animals to them. That united us. In the pre-Columbian era, the Maya would engage in ritual sacrifice to nourish the old gods and goddesses. In that same spirit, we fed them blood that day. After setting up the trap and slipped out the side entrance, Professor Sawyer wanted a death receipt on the general. But I assured him everything was dead down there. Nothing could have survived that. Oh! Again, these explain why Wolverine got away each time and why he kept getting... This thing will become more obsessed. Because it wasn't a fair win.
Also, in the video game Predator Concrete Jungle,
mm-hmm.
The main predator that you play as, Scarface, survived his own fucking self-destruct explosion. This is canon, by the way.
Wow.
That's why it's canon that predators, nothing short of a fucking nuclear explosion to the face can kill them.
Right.
If you're going to set off a bunch of TNT, he'll just fucking shrug it off after a while.
Years later at Weapon X, wonder what spooked. So basically, he finally made his way there. but he's a little too late. Like, what the hell is that thing? Don't know, but imagine if it was ours. Imagine what we could do with right where he wants him.
He doesn't want him like that, though.
But he doesn't know that.
No, I'm just saying, predators will never. He's unconscious, lying on a bed of wires, and not. He's no threat.
I think he's becoming more bad bloodish.
Oh, is he gonna try it?
Oh, you'll see. I'm trapped under 2 tons of rubble at the bottom of a river, and he thinks he's got me. But I know something he doesn't. Hunting is elemental. You study dirt for tracks and spore. You stay downwind. You know what's growing or hatching or breeding. You know where to find water and shelter. It's not about the gear. You ever come across those trophy hunters who trap 20 grand and drop 20 grand to kill a grizzly or a lion with their laser sights and multi-caliber sniper rifles? You know they don't really know what they're doing. The fancier the tech, the cockier you get. And the more detached you are from the musk and blood beat of the thing you want dead in the right hands, the same job could be done with a simple blade or 3. So in other words, he's claiming from what he's observed from this guy, he's more tech reliant.
Yes, he is.
And not all the predators are they? Not all of them.
No, there was a comic for the exile predators who were stuck on Earth with no technology, and they ended up becoming like tiki predators. It was really cool. Guys.
Yep. I don't remember much of my time with Weapon X. Flashes like short circuit, TV plugged into my eyes. My body and my mind did not belong to me. Now, I should point out, this is after he got the adamantium, but before he went to, had the helmet on and did the training. It's that little window in between.
Okay.
He's noticing about the adamantium. So I think what he's about, you can argue what he's about to do is test it. Because, look, they had me zeroed out and filled me up with adamantium. So in other words, he still had him fully healed. Oh, no, he's cutting him open to check. They'll see it.
Yeah, he cut him open.
So that I had nothing more than blades sheaths didn't meet. I had no more code. I had no intellectual intelligence thought. I only knew how to hurt. Schnick!
He was investigating.
I even thought he was dead. Yep. And at my most, and so the Yautja had found me at my most dangerous and my most vulnerable. This hunt began for simple reasons. I was a challenging prey. Then things grew more complicated as he was driven by pride and revenge. And look,
he knows what it is now?
No, this is him in retrospect.
I was about to say, is like, how the fuck did he learn about the youth?
By the present day, he remembers.
By the way, it's pronounced Yautja.
Yautja. Sorry. By the time so again, this is all him in the present day thinking back.
Okay.
So by Weapon X, he still doesn't know what it is. But yeah, so he's saying this thing grew more complicated as he was driven by pride and revenge. And look, but that day in the Weapon X lab, I think our story took a whole nother level of meaning.
The fucking Predator's using so much AVPR.
Yeah.
Stuff. That's the acid from the fucking AVPR that Wolf used to clean up the aliens mess.
Yep. When he understood my skeleton was sleeved in adamantium, I became the ultimate trophy. So in other words, he's taking what he can get.
Yeah.
Like, what little I know of this time, I've learned by playing detective, patching together surveillance footage, recorded phone calls, mission reports. If the government is good at anything, it's stacking up reams of bureaucratic records. But there is some things beyond their reach and reckoning. So in other words, he already thinks he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
We were both in a bad way, but things were about to get much worse. Weapon X was a joint project of the U.S. and Canadian government. It may have been a shadow organization where you got billions of dollars sunk into a project when you're a war machine employed by a geopolitical theater. A breach of security is a global emergency. They didn't know who the Yautja was, but he royally pissed them off. Control, this is Schwartz. The bogey's not responding to our hail, but we just gave him a wake-up call with a hard point. Please advise, over. Schwartz to the control. Keep those birds alert, but do not otherwise engage unless that bogey flies. We're scrambling ground crew. We believe there's an asset on board worth more than a fleet of F-16s. I don't know what the hell kind of vessel this is, Control, but it's on the move. Permission to fire? We lost Weathers. I repeat, Weathers is down. Oh, Weathers. Schwartz, this is Control. Please advise on its flight path so we can arrange an intercept. Is it headed east, northeast? Is this Russian or Chinese operation? Up. What did you say? I said it's headed flipping up, as in it's headed for the flipping moon. Fire at will. Rage. Berserker rage. This was my default emotion. Roar! Target hit, but it's not enough. Turning back at 70,000 feet. The mission report says the hull wasn't breached by a missile strike, so I only assume I was to blame for it.
Adamantium is stronger than their metal, then.
Yep. The blast was probably provoked me. And like a stone striking a hornet's nest, I would have ripped out of the ship and into the void. And Control, the bogey is off radar and out of my sight. I believe it's left the atmosphere, but I got my eyes on something. What is it, Schwartz? Report. I can't say except it came off the ship. I'll pass along the coordinates of the impact site. Just to point out, though, something else will fall out with him. But whatever it is, there's not going to be much left of it. The helmet! Whatever weapon Professor Thornton built in this world could not compare to the horrifying advancement of space. Now, see, it shows this. But brushing up against one weapon helped him improve another. His helmet was based off of their mask!
That's pretty badass.
I like that!
I do, too.
That is a clever connection!
And that's just going to piss that predator off. Even
I know, especially because he doesn't know. Was it the humans that did it? Was it him? I spent a lot of time trying to figure out my broken history. My skin might be clean. And this is a week prior. My skin might be clean of injury, but my brain is a gummed up mess of scar tissue from mind whites and memory plants. Sometimes I go back to places half remembered or forgotten entirely to try to shake loose some rust. That includes the ruins of the Weapon X lab. In a lead-lined vault, in a lead-lined container, I found this. I figured if I unshelled it, it would only be a matter of time. So in other words, Wolverine, this time, rather than waiting for the Predator to come for him to trap it, he would come. And this time, I would set the terms of our engagement. He would end this hunt where it began, in the wild north, where the only law is that of tooth and claw. Japan, Masha's estate. So this is set. Wolverine Origin revealed that Wolverine gained a blade that would negate his healing factor, the Muramasha blade. This is before the blade was forged, but during his training up there. And this is before he, or around the time he met his love interest that would bear, the woman that would bear him, Dakin, his son.
He has a son?
Yeah, Dakin.
Who's Dakin?
Oh, he's the Dark Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me. This is the point that is still recognized history. I've never known peace, but in Japan, I got right up to the edge of it. Maybe it sounds like a bunch of hippie nonsense, but I've never felt as much a connection between my mind, body, and the earth as when I studied under the madman swordsmith Muramasa. Muramasa was known as the greatest swordsmith in the world. His method was based on constant refinement. The Japanese steel tamagahan is heated and purified and forged and coated and curved and polished, a process that demanded impossible patience. To him, I was ore. It would take years to remove all the impurities and burrs and warped edges, but he believed it would be worth it. He believed that one day I would become his strongest sword, but that day was long off. You're good, Wolverine, but you're not the best there is. Not until you can beat this old man. That's only because you won't let me use my claws. When the day comes and you can best me with a sword alone, you'll be able to fight 10 men or 100 men. And what's wrong? You have been my student for a long time, Logan-san. But today we fight together. I had changed several times over since the time we first met. And the Yautja had adapted as well. The Bone Mask to replace the one he lost.
That's the bear.
Or that's the bear, yeah. So here's the final issue. I staked the helmet in the meadow like a bait station next to a deer stand. I waited a week, and then he came. He would never stop coming until my head was his. Of course, he knew it was an ambush. I was counting on that. I set an obvious rudimentary trap, just enough to give him some sense of danger.
This is a Predator. This is a Predator 2 reference.
Yep.
The mask. It's the shaman Predator's mask.
Ah, and confidence in avoiding it. I needed to get hit. I needed my blood on the ground because once he got a taste of it, and once he got a hold of that helmet, he'd think he'd already won. Suppose I could have rigged the helmet, poisoned the air filter, nested it with a bomb. But over and over again, technology has been the Yautja's failing. He surrounded himself with it, just like he's surrounding himself with trophies, like a boast or compensation or some burp to feel right about taking him down. I needed to prove that I was deadlier than the deaths he wore. So does the action of this Predator makes is it consistent, or is there anything that it feels like there's ignoring some lore?
No, they're not ignoring anything. They're adding to it.
Yeah, and his actions make sense because each time he would be getting more pissed off.
The thing is, in the Predator franchise, a Predator has never hunted anything like this for this long of a time.
Yeah.
So we don't know this is uncharted territory for the Predator franchise. You know, how would they react to a prey that lasts as long as Wolverine does?
Yep, that can even die from old age. He hasn't even aged.
Not just that, but someone who has not bested the Predator, because let's face it,
none of these times it was him directly.
Yeah,
the bombs.
The thing is, hunting Wolverine is unlike any other prey for him because Wolverine keeps surviving, keeps going. Yep. When everyone else, for example, the fucking bear, died.
Yep, everyone else has died or limped.
Yes, this is different.
Yep. Little help would be nice, Marmasa. This is not my enemy. If I help you, it'll be like the parent who does a child's chore or schoolwork when they whine. You will never learn. This thing has clearly been studying your claws, your fighting style, and the martial arts. I'm detecting everything from Shurin Ryu to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Someone is going to die today. So in other words, it's been so obsessed. It's been like I don't think he's left the planet since what happened.
No, he had to have left the planet.
Oh, you think so?
Because he's now part of the elite clan.
From the way he's dressed?
Yep, the second claws on his left arm.
So he's probably gone off and then he's come back and then been studying him.
Yeah, the second pair of claws on the left arm is unique to the elite clan.
So, and I bet you he's gone through his own training, just so he could best Wolverine.
Probably. He's probably got a hell of a lot stronger since then.
Yeah, because he looks bigger too.
Yeah, so Predators.
Or it could be the artwork.
It could be the artwork. I mean, they could just be trying to reference AVP 2010, the video game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But if this is not just, a reference art-wise, I mean,
right.
He definitely joined the elite clan since the last one.
Let us see who is the better student. If you die, I forge your soul into a sword. And if this thing dies, it will make a worthy substitute. Either way, I'll be entertained. But remember, Logan-san, if you truly want to know you're the best, keep your claws and your anger sheathed. Sometimes a smell in a cabinet or a song in the radio can bring back a lost memory. The sight of the bear skull, you're right, it is the bear skull helmet, and those claws, it blew some of the dust out of my skull. I remember the hibernating grizzly. I remember luring the young Yautja into the cave. That armor, that regalia of his, it's a statement. No different than the Kamachis wearing war paint or the berserkers draping themselves in wolf pelts. He's been waiting all this time in the cold black cave of space, and he's rising up now to pull me into his jaws and finish things as they began. Fuck this! We're doing this my way. Come on, let's go, claw to claw. The fuck you going to hide? Get back here! Don't you run away from me! Logan-san, that thing was not running away from you. He didn't come here to fight me any more than he came here to fight your enemy. I'm sorry. In other words, it left because it realized like I don't want to deal with these guys. The hand. Like I want a one-on-one fight, nothing more. He's that focused now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure you two will meet again, assuming we survive the hand. Now we come to it when he's with Xavier. My enemy saved me in Japan, but it was my friends who trapped me in New York. Wolverine, you missed dinner with the students. Again. Sorry, Chuck. Got to make my rounds. I'm not exaggerating when I say they spent half the meal looking at your empty chair, especially Kitty and Kurt. They're better off without me here. Couldn't you take a night off from keeping us all safe? Damn! I got a long trail of bodies behind me. Most are enemies, some are friends. My skin don't scar, but my heart sure does. Ugh. I try not to get close to anybody. I try not to call any place home for long, because death always finds me. I stupidly let myself believe Westchester was an exception. Logan, what's happening? We're under attack. Get the professor someplace safe. Where are you going? Those missiles hit the upper floor. That's where the kids will be. And head downstairs. Do not go outside. Anyone up here? Kitty, you okay? Logan, look out! Oh, Kurt, no, get away! Excellent suggestion. Shoomp! Damn it, Elf! Say the burp out of this! This goes for all of you. Keep away from me! But Logan, you don't have to do this alone. I don't want your help, Nightcrawler. This just proves what I always do. I shouldn't be here. Logan, Rogue, that you? Logan, what should I do? Nothing. You should do nothing. I could touch him. If I take off my glove and touch him, I can. No! You've got me, okay? Just don't hurt her. Don't hurt anyone else. You've got me. Tunk! Oh, he wants to take. Wait. Yeah, he wants to take him prisoner, I guess. I think.
That's different. Please, yeah. Oh God, please don't tell me they're gonna do the Predator.
Well, I hadn't given up, but just wait. But I've given up fighting him here. We should take this to the stars, as far away from these kids as possible. Hey, Bub, you sure you got the right guy? I'm double the trouble. And Danny, that's Moonbeam, basically doing a hallucination. Danny, you should have come. Guten Tag. You're supposed to study your prey for weaknesses and vulnerabilities. A soft underbelly, a nest of eggs. The Yautja had found mine. It was the friends and chosen family I found among the X-Men. But they also turned out to be my strength. The Yautja managed to cloak himself and scramble back to his ship. But I couldn't let something like that happen again. So in other words, it realized I'm not going to be able to handle with these powers.
No, because Wolverine's just a guy who heals with claws. But the others are actual heavy hitters.
Yeah, even with Kitty fading through the ground.
Yeah, she could just fucking take him to the center of the earth, and he can't do shit about it.
So he leaves. But then so I lured him back to a place where it could be just between the two of us. The river is where I would make my last stand. The good mud waited for us here. A dog can smell 100,000 times better than a human. Bees can see ultraviolet. Birds can sense magnetic fields. I deserved the Yautja long enough to know he registered heat signatures. The mud was my printed version of a cloak device. Chink! I gave him a blind eye. He put a fake eye there. Hey, what if his eye there?
That's not a fake eye. That's his eye.
Fake. No, that's what I meant. A real eye. He left him a real eye there. When I leaped down at him, it was with the gravity of 100 years of war. I admired him as much as I hated him. I imagined the feeling was mutual. He cooked me with a few thousand volts, and I whipped out what looked like a ceremonial dagger to finish the job. So in other words, they're finally getting their one-on-one solo fight. The Predator's been wanting since the beginning.
Yeah.
I let him make a sheath of me. We would end this eye to eye, and tasting the blood in each other's breath. For a fatal moment, we were one and the same. I thought that was the end, but he refused to die on my terms. I didn't recognize the numbers, but I knew a countdown when I saw one. He was going to get that trophy. Even he claimed it in his grave. And here's the thing about desire. Once you get what you want, you realize that wanting was the real pleasure. So in those final bloody seconds when the hunt finally ended, I hope he felt a century of disappointment slam into his heart. Not sure how many days passed, but when I finally pulled myself up out of that smoking crater, I felt like a lit cigar crushed out in an ashtray. There was an emptiness inside of me. Took me a while to realize where it came from. I miss having him out there. Nothing makes you feel more alive than a gun press to your temple or the cold lick of a knife at your neck. So I was going to be a little deader every day I lived without him coming for me. At least he left me a dangerous trophy. I see my reflection in its blade. I'll remember its keen edge every day of my damn life. And that's it.
Nice.
So how was that?
You know what? It was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
I still think, I don't know. I have misgivings about what I know about the lore of Predator, but
given how he's dealing with the Marvel universe,
that's the thing. Is like, I love Predator, but as much as I love Predator, I do recognize that a Predator could not exist in the Marvel universe because the Marvel universe would kick its ass.
It barely existed in the DC universe.
Yeah, it could barely exist in the DC universe. And that the writers had to give it so many fucking buffs just to compete.
Well, at least with Superman. With Batman, it made sense.
Superman, Batman. Well, Batman was probably the most well-defined one simply because it was finally an even playing field. It actually felt like a Predator story.
Yep.
This is close. It's in between of what Superman and Batman was.
But in the end, but the fact is Benjamin Percy had to keep on having the Predator get away or leave. And
that's the part that kills me is like, they're not above.
It's a celebration though, but it's a celebration of Wolverine's history as well.
Yeah, I'm not as I once told you, I'm not a Marvel fan at all. So
right, but for this though,
I'm judging it based solely on how it handles the Predator and Predator alone.
And would you say that they handled it well? Because again, throughout all this, it had no idea the length of its healing factor. I doubt. I mean, clearly it knew he survived from having his skull, acid. I'm
going to give it a very fair, and this is not the book itself. This is how it handled Predator lore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give how it handled Predator lore a very fair 8 out of 10.
Yeah, because you could definitely tell Percy knew what he was going over.
There were things he knew what he was going over. He made a lot of really nice references. I'll give him that. But there were just some characterizations that the Predator, I'm not sure the Predator would have done.
Like what? Like here with the X-Men? Or
yes, this bit here with the X-Men. I have never seen them use fucking cuffs.
Yeah.
I've never seen them try to detain anything unless it is specifically a xenomorph.
Right. But then again, no, like you said, it never dealt with anything like Wolverine. So for all we know, it could have wanted to take him to the council to ask, what do we do with him? Like, what can we do?
But he's got to recognize that Wolverine is unique even among his own species.
Well, I think he does.
This is the part that kills me the most. This is why it's an 8 and not a 9.
Because it underestimated the X-Men?
No, because he didn't try to kill himself and all of them with him.
True, you're right. You're right. Probably because it's still obsessed with Logan.
It doesn't matter. When you're a Yautja and you're outmatched like that, the only way
My guess is Benjamin thought. I think Benjamin thought that he'd had to be near death for that. I think that's the misconception. That here clearly he's not near death.
He kind of is though.
Well, he's more encircled. I mean,
Rogue has his hand with her glove off.
Oh yeah,
he's near death at this point.
That's true. She touched him. Yeah, she touched him.
He should have tried to off himself and killing all of them with him.
That's true. But like I said, would you say following this Yautja's history from the beginning, where he's clearly, as you said, an enforcer?
I am not so certain he was an enforcer, to be honest with you.
So you think it was
he
just
wears the armor of the he wears the armor of the Enforcer for a good portion of this. Now, granted, they changed his armor drastically as we go through the story. But this armor is definitely reminiscent of that of the Enforcer, but he does not act like one.
Well, at the start he did. What'd you say at the start he did? At the very start? Because clearly, why would he come here for that?
Possibly. We don't know why, and this is left open-ended. But the thing is, after that, he should have just reported back home. Why did he continue Why did he continue trying to hunt things around the area?
Maybe he was a young enforcer. Maybe, I don't know.
No, enforcers are elites, they're seasoned warriors.
Then who knows? Maybe he came. Maybe then instead he was a hunter.
They would never give a young blood a position of an enforcer.
True. Maybe he came here to finish where this one left off.
That's not what enforcers do.
No, not as an enforcer. Maybe he's a hunter who came here to finish where this one left off.
That's a possibility. Again, I'm not so certain he's an enforcer.
I know. I'm dropping that part. I'm dropping that part. Yeah, I know.
He wears the armor of one, and maybe this is like an old hunting partner of his.
That could be
probably in the same clan for all we know. But it's kind of
left.
Yeah. If he was an enforcer, which he wears the armor of one, he
at least at this point, yeah.
But no, he decided to stay and have fun.
Yeah.
And that's normal for predators who are not enforcers. So my opinion here, he's blooded.
Again, and it's just guesstimation. It's just guesstimation.
Guesstimation is that he is blooded.
Yeah.
He is a blooded warrior. He has already gone through the rite. He has killed his first xenomorph. He is allowed to go on solo hunts now.
And he probably came here to pick that. Maybe he's dressed similar to an enforcer, but that's as far as it goes. It's similar, but not.
It could also just be his clan. Clans wear they have unique armor amongst each other, but they have uniform sort of.
Yeah.
There are similarities. Like you can tell two predators are in the same clan.
And you can tell this is him young. You can definitely tell this is him young because of the way how lean he looks.
Still blooded though.
Well, yeah, still blooded, but I'm saying on the younger side compared to how he is by the end.
Yeah, because young bloods are not allowed to hunt on their own.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying he's a young blood. I'm just simply saying he's younger on the younger side. He's not
on
like
the younger
Greyback.
side. Yeah, I get
he's not like Greyback. He's not Greyback.
No, well, he's not even like the city hunter or jungle hunter who are.
Yeah, this is clearly because the way I say, given how bigger his head is compared to the rest of his body.
Yeah, it's also the fact that he's unsupervised. Only blooded warriors can go out unsupervised on their own.
Right. But again, it's quite clear. He just thought, I'll have some fun. Then he meets Wolverine. And again, this first time he does a fight, he probably does think something's up with him, that he's still going. Like he doesn't see a hole through him next time he's chasing. Yeah.
I do want to say, I do appreciate that they take the mask off as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
The alien face underneath. I do appreciate because when I was a child, I was so fucking scared of the Predator. When I was a little kid, it wasn't until after AVP, the first one came out, the Wes Anderson movie. That I gave it a chance, and I just fell in love with it after that. Agreed. But I remember when I was 10 years old, maybe 12 actually. It was like Christmas or something like that. We went to my uncle's house, and he left. My other uncle left his son there, and it was just me, my cousin, and my other uncle. And
wait, is this the squeak, squeak, squeak?
This is the squeak, squeak. Yeah, I think I told you then.
Yes, you told me that story. You told me that story.
Okay.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Yeah, so I was so afraid of it. I did not, and AVP didn't come out till I believe like 2004, 2005. That
thereabouts.
So it was a couple of years until after that when I got into it, and then I really got into the lore, into the stories and stuff like that. And I got into Alien as well, but Predator was just so fascinating to me.
Yeah, because they're actual personalities.
There is personality in there.
And like I said, I do think it makes sense for this thing to become obsessed with Logan. Let's be honest. Like I said, this bit here, it felt like it got lucky. That guy got lucky. I mean, this made sense, doesn't it? Wolverine getting away and the Predator losing track of him because of the bear.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say like obsessed.
Well, not yet. First, it was just simply This is not the obsession yet. I think it was obsession the second time.
Sorry, it's my phone.
That's fine. But would you say that the second time it became an obsession?
I would probably say so. I would. So this is 4 issues, correct?
Yes, just 4 issues going across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 different time periods.
Okay, so what issue? This is the 4th. The 4th issue is the one where he was
with the X-Men and the Muramasa one part.
Okay, that's probably the weakest issue.
Yeah. What would you say with the strongest? Second issue? That's here was Team X and
No, it's close to the top, but it's not the strongest.
Then what? Third issue?
No, the first issue.
The first issue?
First issue was a strong start.
Yeah, it was. And
it was the most basic form of, at least, okay, so again, I am judging everything off of Predator solely.
Right.
So if I was to say that this as a Predator story specifically, the first issue is the strongest showing because Wolverine is not so overpowered as he gets later on.
Yep, even the second time around, he's not that overpowered yet.
No, he's not. It's fine. The second issue is fine. It's great. Yeah, that's a hunting party right there.
Yep. I mean, even having moments like this, I still think it's a good moment for the Predator.
It's a new way. I've never seen him do it like that. Usually how they do this is to activate his bomb.
True.
So that's how you... The Predator's form of seppuku is their bomb.
Probably because they were still hunting them down. They didn't want to get caught in the blast yet.
They would have just left him to suffer.
Okay.
For his failing.
Oh, he's taking liberties. So he's taking liberties here.
Yeah, I don't know. The Predators, they do have a heart, but their pride and honor first and foremost. If this Predator fucked up and got fucked up like this, then they would have left him to suffer because that's his punishment until they came back and activated his bomb form, or he'll activate his own bomb for himself.
True. So, and again, liberties are being taken here. In other words,
So actually, it
could be a clan thing too, for all we know.
It could be. No, that's not possible. Clans.
I'm just saying, because remember, we saw that third Batman Predator one where you had a father and son working together.
Not how that shit works.
Well, I know, but I'm just
saying, very not canon to Predator lore. But I'm just saying, for this, this wounded Predator
should have been left.
No, he should be killing himself right now. He shouldn't be needing these other guys. These other guys shouldn't be doing shit. He should be activating his own wrist bomb on himself right now. Or waiting until the others left and then activating it.
Right.
That's how they should be acting.
Right. Now, I would say, though, catch him off guard like that, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because no way would they have expected that, would they?
No, they wouldn't. I mean, they'd be able to pick up technology because they can scan technology easily, but...
Yeah, but simple bombs like that?
No, they could, because they can pick up fucking handguns.
But they were so focused on getting the old weapon back, I guess.
I still think they could have been able to... I'm sorry, if fucking the Jungle Hunter can pick up a fucking Dutch's trap in the first movie, they should be able to see bombs.
True.
So this is another oopsie daisy in the in the Predator lore here.
Yeah.
So far it's only three mistakes.
Yeah, and then now this feels entirely like I said, gathering up. What would you say about this whole bit here?
This I'm fine with.
You are?
Yes. Because if he's curious and if he looked at the screen before, correct?
Yes, he looked at the screen right there.
He can understand all of that, by the way.
Yeah.
His mask will translate all of that and allow him to actually understand what the hell's going on. So he understands what adamantium is. He has to.
Yeah.
He probably also understands now that he has a healing factor.
Yes.
Because that's the only way he could survive that. So,
but he probably thought taking the head would kill him, I bet. Because why would he take him as a trophy thinking he was done with?
I don't think he understood the severity. I don't think he.
Oh,
Because
no,
look at this. He's just a skull, a metal
I know
skull.
what I'm saying. I think he believed that killed him. I think he believed.
Yeah, that I
dead.
do believe he killed him. But the thing
Yeah.
is, he doesn't have the means to take the skull off the body.
No, he doesn't. So he took him back. That's why he took him back home. But again, he probably thought he's dead.
Yeah, no. This part's fine.
Yeah.
This part's fine.
Boy, just look at all those. Look at all those skulls. He's been busy in his time.
Yep.
But yeah, but then this, again, all this happenstance. This is by far the biggest happenstance for Wolverine. You're like, Wolverine didn't even try. He just went into berserker rage.
Wolverine, I'm fine with. I know he
no.
does his berserker rage thing.
I'm just saying, this probably stayed the most in character moment here. When you say it's like the Predator did everything fine, it's just that Wolverine, his way out.
It wasn't for the Jets hot on his heels, blowing,
waking him up,
shoot him down. Yeah, he would. Yeah, no, I think that Wolverine would have woken up at some point because if that was enough to wake him up, he was close to waking up as it was.
Well, yeah, just look at him. He was conscious, and half his face is only back to normal.
Yeah, so I mean, granted, he would have been stranded in space had he done that.
That's true, but here at least he survived. And like I said, I love this. This is probably one of the best reveals.
Ooh, but his helmet looks kind of low tech for being based on Predator tech.
True, but it's doing with what they can with Earth material.
Sure, I guess.
Because remember, if you notice, there's nothing else landed but Logan. Everything else burnt up in the atmosphere. So all they had was the mask. So it's not like they actually had any of the Predator tech to duplicate it off of. So he did the best he could. And it was in the 80s, so
it's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
It's not as egregious as what happens in this fucking issue right here.
Now this bit where he retreats because the hand's showing up. That doesn't make much sense, does it?
Wait, what?
Would he retreat because you have Muramasa there and the hand showing up? Would that be for him like that's too many? That's too much from two different sides?
No. He would have fucking killed every single one of them, and then.
So this made no sense.
No, yeah, he would have gone invisible. I mean, Wolverine would have kept up with him. No two ways about it.
Right.
But Wolverine wouldn't be able to protect the others.
This is by far the most. This and the X-Men are the most BS reason for the retreat.
Yeah, I don't. This is not a good. No. Yeah.
Yeah, because he should have just stayed and fought them all off.
Oh, found another mistake. Go next page. Next page. This one.
Why would he attack Xavier and the missiles, right?
Yeah, it's the Xavier one. That's the one that kills me. He's in a
wheelchair!
Yeah, that's not... Oh, my God. You're taking too many liberties now, my friend. It's either the obsession... I mean, it's either the obsession has got to him that bad he's
I think it's that. I think it's that one. I think he's gone bad blood, but enough that he's still able to probably keep it under wraps because... He
still wants the trophy.
Yeah.
Well, bad bloods want trophies too, but they don't care who they kill to get with. I mean, at this point, he's got to be a bad blood because now he's just attacking anyone.
I think then he was able to go back because they were probably not aware of what he did here.
Yeah. So
would that make sense? Like he's
issue 4 is definitely the weakest here.
It felt like they rushed everything. I think it basically got more complicated the closer we got to present day. And I get it. Benjamin Percy wanted to give a reason why Logan would want to reach this thing and have this thing come for him.
There was a very simple way of having this make more sense, and that is to show the Predator stalking the school for a while and seeing the powers that all the other students had and that Professor X had. If he was able to study them and see that they were not defenseless, this makes more sense. But right now, attacking the professor like that out of fucking nowhere, a man in for all we know, is just a man in a wheelchair.
And he has no idea about his psychic abilities.
He doesn't. Yeah, this leads us to believe that that the Predator does not know that Professor X has psychic abilities. That he is not.
And then shooting missiles. When did the Predator shoot missiles like that?
Never.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lick of sense.
That is a definite liberty taken.
again, all of this was done purely to get Wolverine into a position for him to be then decide once he found the real mask to use as bait. Because it's made clear that he only just got the mask to lure it in. But again, yeah, so much of this. Now, this ending fight was probably the best part. Because, like, they're finally going one-on-one.
Oh, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This last bit of issue 4, this is fine.
Yeah, and the Predator basically think, I'll take him with me. But again, make it very clear, he didn't. It just makes it very clear he didn't know jack shit about Wolverine.
Yeah, it's... This part of the issue is fine. I'm fine. I have no issues with this.
But if he went bad blood, that would explain even more his...
But we don't get to know that, and I think we don't know that he's going bad blood. There's not enough evidence to show that he's going bad blood outside of him doing bad blood shit. But
yeah,
then you throw out the bad blood. But the thing is, this whole last bit throws the bad blood into fucking question. Because this is what a normal fucking non-bad blood predator would do.
My guess is he teetered in the bad blood stuff, and for all we know, after he left, he probably realized...
I wish we had more...
I wish we followed the Predator instead of keeping it from Wolverine's perspective.
Also, I would still like to know how fucking Wolverine found out that his race's name was Yautja.
Probably, well, between that X-Men point and this point, probably learned about from, the Avengers or some of the other spacefaring members.
I doubt
he probably went to that. He probably went to that and said, hey, I've had this alien bothering me for a while. Do you know what it is? Oh, it's a Yautja. Good to know.
Man, I really hope that's the... I mean, I don't know.
Here's the other thing. They've also dealt with the Shi'ar. The Shi'ar probably had run-ins with the Yautja.
Yautja.
Yautja, sorry.
Yautja.
Yautja, sorry. But like I said, though, he's dealt with other alien races. They probably have had run-ins.
I guess, but they're a very secretive, very, very secretive species.
True.
Not many species know that they exist.
But again, he's also dealt with S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm positive S.H.I.E.L.D. knows. S.H.I.E.L.D. has to know.
Yeah. S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of is the bullshit I know everything sort of organization.
So, and they've had their fingers in all type of government stuff, so I'm pretty sure they're aware of any of those secret government programs that have been following them.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they have their own Project Stargazer for all we fucking know.
For all we know. But like I said, so chances are we don't need the explanation because we know after all the teams and everything he's dealt with, he's had to found out some way that through one of those means. I just wish they told us, but other than that.
I wish we followed the Predator more because there's just so much, again, the shifting back and forth between the bad blood is something that needs to be addressed. And if you're going to do a Predator comic, if you're going to, or involve the Predator in a comic, you need to fucking... Because they don't speak our language, you need to provide narration.
Yep. So, okay. How does this compare to the DC ones we've gone over? Like you said, so this between the Batman ones and the Super one?
Batman's still the best one. This is probably a close second.
Yeah. Because again, there's a lot to like. It just...
I would probably say this is consistently better than Batman 3.
Yeah, really. 3 was your favorite. It became your favorite.
There was one issue I don't think I liked. Was it 3 or was it 1? No, I'm thinking of 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One is within the city, and he's dealing with the older one. Second one is when he's dealing with the bad blood. And then the third one is when it's the father-son.
Oh, God, I don't... Fuck. Okay, and I remember. Yep. No. Okay, so...
Again, better than the Superman one.
Yeah. The less said about that one, the better.
You still rank the Superman one better than the JLA one.
Yeah, I know. The bar was already set for it pretty low. I'm just saying. So issue 4 here, the ending fight scene is fine, but the slog from Japan to the school getting up to it is just terrible.
Okay, but again, this whole mini as a whole,
it's in the words of Your Movie Sucks, it is a 7 out of 10. It is closer to an 8 than a 6.
Like 7.8.
7.8. Yeah, I'll probably say it is a 7 out of 10, closer to an 8 than it is to a 6.
Right.
I would say it is consistently very good from the most part. Issue 1 being a very solid start. It kind of peters out a little bit in issue 2, and issue 3 is
it's stumbling down the hill, but it did not have a face planned at the end.
No, I would probably. Yeah, this is like it's not like a 90-degree drop or anything. It's a
right. It's more like that whole like whoa, 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 like you're stumbling, you're losing your footing, but then you stop yourself.
I would probably just say it's a nice strut downhill until he hits a rock, and that's issue 4.
Right, but the end is I'm saying, but he sticks the landing. Is what
he sticks the fucking landing. That's for sure.
So basically, he stumbled, got up, and was able to get to the end, still standing.
Yeah. So it started at the top of the hill, very slight slant going downhill. Don't get me wrong, issue 2 and 3 are fine. They're not terrible.
Well, the first half of 3.
Yeah. It's when you get to shit like Japan, the school.
Yeah. There's those two.
That one other predator that was wounded. That was out of character as well. There's just mistakes here and there. How it handled predator lore is probably
better than others. Let's be honest.
Yes. It's in another YMS ranking. It is an 8 out of 10. It's probably closer to a 7 than it is a 9.
Not the whole Predators bit, the whole comic, but how the Predator was handled in the Superman one. Just how the Predator was handled. Remember, that was an enforcer. He was just there on a mission. He did some of the hunting, and then by the end, he sacrificed, blew himself up to take it all out. Although, and even at least gave some respect to Superman because he realized Superman wasn't. Yeah.
No. How the Predator was handled in the Superman comic was a 10 out of 10. The comic itself was not that good.
Oh yeah, the comic itself was boring as all hell. But the Predators in JLA Predator, because they weren't actual predators, they were clones.
Whoever. The JLA Predator one.
No, they weren't the actual Predator. They were clones of them. So
I know it was just a travesty for the Predator.
And then you had the Superman and Batman versus Alien Predator, where you had the ancient Predators.
Fine.
I thought you liked that one, if I recall.
It was fine. Like I said, it's fine. If we're talking about if we're talking about a scaling of how they're fucking done, how the Predators are handled specifically.
Batman top, right?
Oh yeah, Batman top.
11 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
You couldn't get any higher than that.
Yeah.
So how Superman alone handled them. Again, 10 out of 10. Simply just the book was
because the Predator itself was fine. Just
the Predator itself was fine. The book was shit.
Yeah.
Then JLA versus Predator. Fuck that. Don't. That's not even ranked.
Superman, Batman versus Alien Predator. It's beneath it. I would say it's beneath this.
It's beneath this. This is a
9 or an 8.
This is an 8. I would actually probably say it's slightly. It's like an 8.2.
Right, an 8.2. And then JLA just goes straight down.
Not even ranked. I can't rank it because it's so
Superman,
low.
Batman versus Alien Predator, I would give a 6. Because it's doing something fresh, but it's so many unknown factors because they're ancient predators.
Yeah. I mean, we've done ancient predators before. It's not done like that, but these are secluded, buried beneath the ice, have no access to the outside world. They're their own little community.
Yeah. Keeping the tradition going, but they were an older tradition.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's serviceable. It's not what I would want. It's not what I want in a Predator story, but it's there.
Yeah. So again, this is we still have. Oh wait, I just read the Judge Dredd Predator one.
Didn't we do that one already?
Yeah, we did that one, but the way the Predator was there was also an up and down kind of a thing. But of course, it was a Predator that was dying from an illness, so. Yeah. So that one was all right, but
you and I, it doesn't offend my eyes like the JLA one did.
Right, but hey, you know what? One Predator book we got to go over one day.
What's that?
Tarzan and Predator.
Now that's a story. There's a story.
In fact, let me go get it just so I can show you the cover. Hold on. Let me just exit out here. Where is it? Where? Yep.
There you go. That's a story.
Yeah, it is.
Now if we just get a fucking Predator versus Conan, we'll be set.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Marvel did have Conan for a while, then they lost it, but that would have been awesome.
Well, they suck ass then.
Yep, but it's going to be a bit of a spoiler, but you know how how Conan deals with the Predators once and for all? Charges at their ship with a herd of rhino dino type of things.
Okay, I've never read a Tarzan before. When did he become Turok?
I think they've always had this type of island before on Tarzan. But look, the Predator doesn't even fight it.
He just like, respect, brah.
Exactly, then boom!
We'll have to get into that someday, but
that already gets you interested, does it? And look, they shove it off the cliff.
Interesting.
But again, we have that to go. We'd have this one. There's Magnus Robot Fighter versus Predator. Like I said, there's still the Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Alien. And
my friend, you need to start reading some of the Dark Horse comics.
I need to. I do.
There are some good stuff.
I'm aware of a bunch of them. I am aware of a bunch of them. I'm just going over. Those are all the ones that I own, dude. I'm just going over what I own.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, when you get through all that, man, you need to get to the Dark Horse stuff. You'll get some good stories there.
Yeah, but seriously, you gotta be honest. This is just a interesting idea, isn't it?
It is it's my favorite stories is when the Predator fights a down to earth.
Oh, this is going against a hunting party.
Oh, it's a hunting party.
Yep, and thus he takes down the hunting party.
Now you're talking. Now we're talking good stuff here now.
Yep, but again, we'll get to that adventure. Yeah, this was written by
I just hope he doesn't kill them all in one go. Like
no. Yeah, written by Walt Simonson with art by Lee Weeks.
Okay, well.
But yeah, so I just got you interested, huh?
Yep. We're gonna get to it when we get to it. So
yeah, we gotta start wrapping up here though. So thank you so much for joining me, Raymond.
You're very welcome.
Hoping we can meet up again sooner rather than later.
God, I fucking hope so.
But yeah, we'll see you. Thank you, everyone else. We'll see you guys all on the next one. Take care.
Bye, everyone. Love y'all.